From a venue that's been sold out since it opened back in 2002, there's a look at the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Miami Dolphins. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And it's 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
On 2nd down, Fitzpatrick again. Looking deep downfield. And that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corner, Stephon Gilmore. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. Parker unable to get that one. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. 1st-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog. Keeping it on the ground on 1st, Michel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 at a New England 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw, it's Brady. Caught by the tight end, Watson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 13 at a New England 1st down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it. Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Brady. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their 1st drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off, because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening. And Michel will find his way in for a Patriots touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Dolphins taking the field again here on offense. Charles, is it fair to say that this is going to be a significantly different roster when they line up for Week 1 in 2020? It almost has to be, right?
It almost has to be, and just think about what they've done in terms of investing towards 2020, the accumulation of draft picks.
Yeah.
You know they're going to get into free agency a little bit. And think about the players that were dealt just during this season. Minkah Fitzpatrick to Pittsburgh has a chance to go to the playoffs. Kenyon Drake had 4 touchdowns in Week 15 with Arizona. Laramie Tunsil could go to the playoffs with Houston. So they gave away some big-time talent to get some draft picks back. Now they have to hit on those draft picks and make this roster a whole lot different and a whole lot better.
On second down now, Laird. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's back.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So after the INT, it's Brady. Here's Sanu on the catch. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England 1st down.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play wildcat quarterback for you as well.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down. That time a slant, Brady in general on those quick hitters, he just releases the ball so fast.
He does, and he's so accurate, but most of the time he wins before the ball's even snapped by his pre-snap read. Finds out where the defense is and delivers it to the proper place.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. That's caught by his tight end, Matt Lacoste. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On 2nd down, Michel. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
I'd have to say that was a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only give up a 1st down and not a touchdown.
Wait, that's 380. 52's the mic. Record.
Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now they'll throw with Brady. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Mohamed Sanu there to make the grab. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Folk connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now a give, right side. Laird. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
3rd and short yardage, Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kyle Van Noy drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Football going back over to the New England Patriots, who, as we discussed earlier, haven't had the smoothest of roads this year. But, you know, we talked about it. They're back in the playoffs for the 11th straight season. And I mentioned that Tom Brady and people doubting him late, and here we go again. But I will say, and if you disagree, this year feels a little different, doesn't it? I don't know that they have that same power.
I want to disagree in a big way because we've seen this so many different times. Remember, 10th straight season with 11 or more wins, and there's always doubters. But I think you're actually onto something. This slump on offense that we saw, really starting with the Baltimore game. Remember, they were 8-0 up until Baltimore. Then they hit a stretch, counting the Baltimore game, where they went 3-3 and really struggled to score. I think you're right about it. They've never looked more vulnerable. And at the same time, I can't believe I just said that, because if there's anything the Patriots have done and proven to us over the years, doubt us if you want to. We usually end up in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't want to play both sides of the fence, but I'm going to. I still wouldn't be shocked if they won the Super Bowl whatsoever, but it does feel a little different this season.
If they do win the Super Bowl, it will be done a different way, and then we'll be talking about how great they are one more time. But I do think that this is the year. If you want the Patriots, this is the year to go get them.
Brady with a hook up to the fellow veteran Watson. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. From the gun, it's Brady. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. 50.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And Watson has it right side. 18 yards to pick up there. Second tour of duty for Watson with the Patriots. Remember, New England drafted him way back in 2004 out of Northwestern. He retired in the offseason after finishing the campaign with New Orleans, but decided to come back for one more go-around with the Patriots, and they might need him, especially with Rob Gronkowski no longer in uniform. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. He hits his target, left side, Watson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Brady now on 1st down. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Michel on an island by himself in the backfield, 2nd and goal. Now Brady again. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Christian Wilkins able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Brady. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. This just a 24-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Fitzpatrick to throw it. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And it's caught by Parker. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick now from the 50. Wilson's got it complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Right there. 20. Right there. 54 Mike. Let's pick up. It's out time, guys. Out time. Let's get on.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Lawrence Guy in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down.
Watch the pass.
Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
From midfield, here's Brady. And this one brought in by Sanu. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And now Nick Folk, his career long, 56 yards. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Christian Wilkins picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
The Patriots send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Shift, shift.
They'll run on first down. Laird, and he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Dante Hightower on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
On third down, Laird, and he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll try the left side. Laird. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll try to throw here. Fitzpatrick. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place. And
usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A 1st down throw for Fitzpatrick. And this is caught. It's Parker. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, Laird looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On play action, Fitzpatrick. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Foxborough. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Fitzpatrick on 4th down. They're able to locate Wilson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Fitzpatrick. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They begin with Michelle on the ground. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 29, Brady throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage. How good has he been throwing the football, though? Despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
Brady going to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Right there. Right there. 54 miles. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Right there.
On first down, Laird, and he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line.
I know you feel that.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave him some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
To throw, Fitzpatrick. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to Parker again. That'll bring up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Fitzpatrick throwing complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. We got this. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
To the air again, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll go down at the 28. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throw complete, Fitzpatrick to Parker. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
58, come on. Big stop, G. Big stop, let's go.
From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and that'll bring up second down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Lawrence Guy in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to get it back to a one-score game. Sanders' kick is good, and they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
So the clock shows 55 seconds to play as they line up for a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. So first and 10 now from the 30.
So don't say nothing. 72.
Brady gives to Michelle. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
I got you.
Hey, 66.
Again, it's Michelle. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Wait, 52. 3 bucks.
The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth-quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the fourth quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
And his kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Patriots winners here at home, as we say.